It was a fight-filled night last night, and for our Friday Pinder report today, we're going to start with, something we thought, this could be a real good game, and if the Leafs aren't going to show up tonight, well, bury everyone and rename the franchise. It's been that bad. 7 first-round exits in a row. Last night, Game 2 against Tampa. Needed to get on even terms. We could show you the 7 goals, but what about the 3 fights, Rhett? These are like a rare delicacy now, all of a sudden. A playoff scrap? Let's go. First one on deck. I believe we got your old pal who you're cheering against, Mark Giordano, skating around, and watch for Zach Bogosian here.
Cheering for.
This is a Rhett fight, too. This is good strategy. Throw hard, get to the deck.
Yes.
Bogosian didn't have a chance. Gio may or may not have landed 1 or 2 there, but he got a couple of healthy cuts. And the former Flames captain, all right. 1-0, and the tone's already been set. Let's watch it again. Rhett, give us your thoughts here. Camera gets there late, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. I like the Gio
Gio
came in. Let's have a go here. Gonna do this.
That's right.
Oh, he's a little old to be picking fights. Oh, really went after him. Oh, good for my old boy. My old roommate.
What year? Or years?
Oh, it was just one night, but I wasn't there in the morning when he woke up.
That's right. That was the Christmas party. Hey, Gio, why don't you come over for Christmas? That sounds great.
Yeah.
Wakes up the next morning, Rhett and the shoveler on an airplane to Saskatoon.
Second fight of the night. Here we go. It's a gooder. Giordano and Luke Shen. Now, looks like Shen's in trouble here, but watch him land a couple and get the helmet off right away. There we go. Lefts.
I don't know why he didn't keep going there.
Turn.
He got him good there. That
First
was a tough prick.
Right there. That uppercut cut him.
Caught him not. Good lick.
Yeah.
Surprising that Shen can't throw a right. I hate lefties, but
we should, like you said,
maybe he's got a bad shoulder. Hey, maybe his shoulder.
What the hell was that?
But if he's a lefty, why did he? He's all
he's really waiting to throw lefts. Yeah,
he's a lefty.
4 in a row there.
Come on, Shen.
He should have thrown 8 in a row.
Yeah, he's going good. Last one, technically not a fight, even though Corey Perry, the worm, got his gloves off and was hammering kidney punches. It's Hull and Perry behind the net. Let's have a peek at that one, too. 6-2, 7 minutes left.
Old Patty Maroon wanted to beat up Gio here.
Yeah. Good decision, Gio.
Just still swinging, hey?
Ugh. He is one of the great villains of all time. He really is.
He really is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Black.
To me, he's beyond Brad Marchand as far as a villain. I know there's a lot of people that, again, Marchand was licking guys' faces and stuff. He's cleaned his act up a little bit. But, and he just relishes in it. He loves
Still a weasel.
Yep. I should absolutely love this guy.
I
should absolutely love this guy. He's just such
we know where you've worked. We've seen too much of his work in these parts in the Pacific Division or the old Northwest, whatever they want to call it. There was a 7th goal from the Leafs that highlighted had it at 6-2, a power play goal with 5 minutes left with the top power play unit out there, Rhett.
Yep, 5-on-3. We're going to run it up.
Okay.
Good thinking.
Send a message.
Yeah,
playoffs.
Great message. Great message. Yeah, the message is we're going to do everything we can to piss you off even more. Like, I guess, hey.
No lead is safe, right? We've talked about all these blown leads. They were going to blow a 4-goal lead with 5 left, right?
Now, is there a chance this is stemming from something else, if not this year, then going back to last year's playoffs? Because you're right. It's late third with a 4-goal lead. I just wonder if...
Listen, I hate the Leafs, so I'm probably overreacting to it, but
it's something though, right? It's not nothing.
No, it was a deliberate something, whatever it might be.
7-2, your final there. We got a good series, I think. Although, to your point, if 2 of the top 4 defense are going to be gone for Tampa, maybe we don't. Maybe this is, hey, you look good in game 1 and good night. But
I think
Tampa will be wound up at home.
It'll be a big uphill. They'll be wound up, but those guys are. Oof, that's a tough loss if they're not playing.
Worse place than the one the Lightning are in is one the Devils find themselves in. They are down 2-0 to the Rangers. They were on home ice. They were the favorite in Vegas. Now they have to go to MSG. Not a lot of good news. They lose 5-1. There was a tilt as well. Let's take a peek. We had, is it Michael McLeod? Let's take a peek. Rangers Devils. Late.
Michael
Tone
McLeod.
setting. Oh, corner.
China Grove. What a fool believes.
Got some of that frustration. And that's Braden Schneider.
Going all right, too.
Yeah, a couple of young. Ornery
Braden
cusses
Schneider, he's
there, eh?
tough. Former Brandon Wheat King.
Lots of mop there he's got to fight through.
God, I'd love to be able to have hair like that. If I could grow hair, I'd just let it go.
Dean.
Mr. Window,
so
Dean,
good.
I think. A couple of guys with hair beyond their noses. Not bad. Good work, young fellas.
Yeah.
5-1, not good. 2 more for Kreider. He's up to 4 in the postseason. Adam Fox has 6 assists. Don't have to worry about him passing the puck. You said he had a muffin. That's why? Is that what it was?
Can't shoot.
Winnipeg
You know
and
what?
Vegas.
Hey, I was just gonna say, Tarasenko back in the playoffs, loving it. Scored the other night, scored
and
again.
Patty Kane got his first 2. Yeah.
The big
Lots of
acquisitions. Yeah.
Let's go to Vegas, where the Winnipeg Jets looked very good early. That's your final. It wasn't pretty, but how about this save early on to help the Jets keep an early lead? I believe this is at 1-0 or 0-0. Hellebuck, right after getting his eye above his eye cut, somehow goes post to post here and holds this out. They think it's in, and maybe we won't be able to see it. Nope, that's out the whole way. He falls in. It's in the glove. He keeps outside the post. It might not have been an inspiring Final 40 rep, but they still got Hellebuck.
If they could sit Scheifele, they'd be in good shape.
It's not been a great year for the Scheifele reputation.
It's just brutal. Connor could have had 3 goals in the first period. He was flying around in that first period, and then it was just nothing. It was every time you.
Then the hangover
Kevin
kicked in. And they
Stenlund.
couldn't.
Yeah, that's right.
Didn't
this game was
Friedman
great
say?
at 2-2.
Didn't Friedman say that the Knights are being pricks? Did you read?
Yeah, that was walk back. Apparently, there was a rumor of the Golden Knights removing all the pedals from exercise bikes, and then later, closer to game day or after game day skate, closer to warm up, there was a Winnipeg reporter saying, "Yeah, no, there was one bike that was missing one pedal, so they put it in the hall." That's it.
So it's almost the same thing. Yeah,
over the
fucking
I
gold.
kind of
sabotage
wish it was true.
Yeah.
I do too. I don't mind them being a villain as well. Mark Stone is back. He looked rough in game 1, a pair last night, and that led us to the tweet of the night by any NHL franchise. Let's go to social media for the Vegas Golden Knights. I like this one personally. Nothing like getting Mark Stoned on 420.
Way to go, Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to be on fire all the time on Twitter. That's a banger though, right there. Love that.
I worry about
the
Mark
last
Stone.
one.
I think he's going to get hurt again.
They jumped on him after the goal. I'm like, guys, he just had back surgery, and he's smiling. And then they turned him on the bench, and he's wincing. I'm like, Seattle, Colorado. Early on, you'll like this. Brother of Chris Tanev, Brandon, the famous. I saw a ghost stock photo on the NHL's website. The former Penguin scores a goal early, and look what he does. This is beautiful to make it 1-0 Seattle. Shorthanded goal. Blows a kiss to some old guy's wife, and then they start the celebrations.
She blew one back.
And the husband's like, ha, 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 this is great. Yeah, how was work today, bud?
Yeah, cock.
Not so funny anymore. He would have the last laugh. Colorado rallies for 3 unanswered to win 3-2 over Seattle. It was bang, bang to tie it. Took a while for the Avs to get going, but finally, get a W, and they got to Philip Grubauer, the worst goalie in the league last year. This is hope for Jacob Markstrom, right? That he's good again. God, he was bad. Not Markstrom, Grubauer, both, really. 1-1 there as they head back to Seattle. So here we are, 6 series, tied 1-1. 2 series or not. We talked about it. Carolina in the driver's seat going to Long Island. Rangers in the driver's seat coming home. The rest are 1-1. Feels like we got a pretty good first round, Dino. Doesn't look like a lot of short series necessarily.
Rhett, you said it. I think the Kraken are going to give the Avs all they can handle. I think this. I think the Devils are. I think the Devils are hooped, and I'm with you. I don't. Unless we know more about Chernak and Hedman, it's hard to have a gauge. If they come back, then let's. I think you've got one. But potentially, if you're without those 2 guys, that's a lot of minutes. Those are solid defenders against that Leaf offense. It changes a lot for me anyway. But yeah, I think the Kraken are going to be a handful for sure.
That's last night. Let's look at tonight. 4 more. Back and forth we go. It's been a nice balanced schedule so far. And some scene switches here. First ever postseason game at UBS Arena. UBI, Dean, you all right? That's where you're at home today. For the Islanders, they need a win. Panthers have to be feeling good. They handed Boston one of their worst 2 or 3 games of the year in a Game 2 victory. They scored, 4 in the third period. Sam Bennett back. Alex Lyon remains somehow their best goalie. Team that's got, $14 million committed to Spencer Knight and Sergei Bobrovsky. It's Alex Lyon, the 30-year-old journeyman in net. And then back to St. Paul we go, where it'll be Philip Gustafson tonight, Marc-Andre Fleury against the high-flying Dallas offense, and the Kings back at home against the Oilers. They split, and they erased 3 2-goal deficits, and yet I still feel worried for the Kings.
Yeah, I look at this Boston, Florida, because there was some bad blood at the end of that one, and same with Dallas and Minnesota. I want Boston to win, I do. But I would love to see Florida dig in and make this a hell of a series.
Did we hear about
go ahead, Rhett.
Bergeron? Why he played that last game?
Here we go. So right to the Bergeron news this morning. He didn't play game 1, didn't play game 2. Game 1, they were saying, it's always illness. We got an illness running around. Game 2 is like, he's not sick anymore. So, it's okay. And he did leave game 82 with injury. Didn't play a lot the last 2 weeks. Didn't even travel to Florida, Rhett. So no Bergeron game 1, 2, 3, and 4, as Jim Montgomery, their new head coach this year, says game 5, potentially Bergeron's playoff debut. That's not ideal.
Did you hear the personal side of this story, though?
Oh, go ahead.
About why he played game 8? I thought I read somewhere that his father's battling cancer, and they're from Montreal, and he wanted to play that game for his dad.
Okay, did not
know
know
that. Might be reporting completely off base.
Could it be erroneous?
On all accounts?
It's coming from me, so
it's not like possible. You to fire out erroneous information.
Now this gets even spicier. Knowing they're going to miss Bergeron, all of a sudden, look at this. Linus Ullmark, your assumed Vezina winner for the season, maybe not playing. Game time decision as he was in game 1. If it was a stomach bug game 1, this feels like maybe he ain't 100. Never mind the flu, but injury?
Bad fruit basket.
If my Baba were a Bruins fan, she'd be saying, "Oy, oy, oy." That's what she'd be saying.
Oof,
2 big pieces.
Not ideal for the Bruins, so eyes on that one tonight. Okay, Rhett, tough times in the North. A Woj bomb and a Boomer bomb early this morning. Whoa. Nick Nurse is done and out as the head coach of the Toronto Raptors.
Lucky bastard.
Paid to not work. We're all jealous.
Yeah,
nothing says you've been fired like a thank you montage of photos.
What the hell does a NBA coach make anyway? 5 to 10?
I would think that's reasonable. I mean, the college guys are making that at the big programs. NBA coaches' salaries. Gonna miss him, Rhett, or what?
Hey, I think we should honor him. Won us a championship. Brought the North a championship. So, yes. And he was good.
Absolutely.
I liked him. Had some personality. Wasn't afraid to guffaw and chortle. I liked him.
Me too.
Greg Popovich,
I don't know about his
half a year.
I'm not sure about his X's and O's and his practices, but seemed like a good dude.
Top 3 paid coaches in the NBA this year. Greg Popovich, $11.5 million a year for the Spurs. Steve Kerr with the Warriors, $9.5 a year. Doc Rivers of the Sixers, $8.5 a year.
Like, how long
Scrolling
has
mid.
Popovich been making $10 million in San Antonio? Like 30 years?
50
He's
years.
been there forever.
Yeah.
I don't know how long he's been making that kind of dough. That seems like a
He
very
was there when I went and watched them play in a playoff game with the Shoveler
I believe that.
before we were married.
He's had multiple dynasties, I believe. That's how long he's been in San Antonio. But it's not been long he's been making 11.5. I'll tell you that. Sixth on the list was Nurse. He was making 8 even a year.
Boy, I remember those days. You
Goodbye.
and the Shoveler. It was like paparazzi, media following you around. It was a highly publicized relationship.
Was.
Affleck and J-Lo.
People were pulling up those old naked photos.
That's right.
A-Rod and Madonna.
Yeah.
Of you or her? What's the website? Yeah, just
So
a
many of
high-profile
him.
couple.
So it's disturbing how many naked photos there are of you floating around. God, put some clothes on. Jesus.
So the Oakland A's, we told you yesterday, they're moving to Las Vegas. They're done
Probably
there.
the streak in high school.
Streak.
Would you streak?
Oh, I love
I had a
streak.
buddy in college. I swear to God, he had a problem with streaking. He loved doing it so much. And his girlfriend would be like, listen, if we're going
Not
out tonight, you have to promise. You have to promise me. You know, I don't know. I don't know, babe, if I can. I don't know if I can do it. Well, then we're not going. Then I'm not going. Okay, babe. Okay. And I just remember every time, because it's the school year. It's cold outside. I just remember every friggin' time we would go out, he'd drop his drawers and he'd be running around. You're like picking up his clothes and he'd come in one door, go out the other. And like when the doors open, all the steam kind of comes into the friggin' bar room. He'd go out some emergency exit. He had a problem with it.
Yeah.
He loved it.
He's snow angeling in the snowbanks and
Oh man. And he would shave his head right down to the wood. And you could see he'd come flying out of the bathroom or whatever, and you could see his bald head like over the crowd on the dance floor, and people are like, "Oh, for Jesus Christ! Oh God! Oh jeez!" Boom! Out the emergency exit, he's gone. It's like, you go get his clothes, and I'll put him in the car so he doesn't freeze to death. Jesus, it's like Warner.
It
Like
is.
you. Were you
if
that
you were
bad?
building an all-star roster of party animals, likes to streak guy is a weapon. Like it's a lot, it's exhausting, but it's never boring. Like I
It's
know
never
one
boring,
likes to
but-
streak guy. It's like,
but he
if you have
can-
one on the roster, never boring.
They can ruin your time. They can ruin your night. It's like it's only 11 and we've got to go.
no, you don't. You just leave them, let him run around naked. What the hell do you care?
It's so cold.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to make
Freezes
sure he's got a
little
blanket, that's great. But you get your ass back
Keep him
in
in
the
the
closet.
house. He doesn't have to be outside.
Miss that guy.
So the Oakland Athletics leaving Oakland, as I was saying, going to Vegas,
Oh, is that?
and there's only really one reason why: shitty ownership.
Money.
And this tweet from a major league reporter, I think, was an amazing. I don't know if the timing was perfect or what, but here's a list of the teams that have possums in the press box to his research. So there's the whole Major League
Right.
Baseball on the left, with the A's being the only ones that do, yes, have possums in the press box. Now, that's a lot of data, Rhett, and I use the term Venn diagram a lot. So even more helpful, this fine gentleman on Twitter. There's your Venn diagram. Possums
There's
and
the Venn,
broadcasters only coexist in Oakland. It's got away with
Little
graphics.
buggers,
Isn't that beautiful?
Cute little
like that.
buggers, aren't they?
Are they the ones that hang by their tails? Is that possums?
They got
Maybe.
nasty looking
What's
teeth.
the Groundhog Day animal?
That's a tough one. I'm going to pass on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's the two circles overlap. That's where both of the things are present together.
So
possums
then-
and broadcasters only in Oakland.
Yeah. So then how long before the NBA is there? Because
They've
I
already got a nice
remember it felt
footprint
like
there with it.
they were.
in the
It felt like
summer.
they were going to be the first ones that were going to be there. It was Bettman in a race with the NBA who was going to get there first, and then you talk canary in the coal mine. The hockey team shows up. They're a rousing success, and then everybody else has got to be like, well, if the hockey team can do it, then for sure we can do it. So
I thought that the NBA would beat the NHL back to Seattle It's been ages, and that's a phenomenal basketball market. I don't know why there isn't more talk of that. There's some actually really, really small man markets in the NBA. Like
They're
New
just
Orleans is
so,
tiny.
you know what though?
Charlotte,
They're so high. They're so high in Seattle. It's like, we'll get to it, man. We'll get to it. What's your rush, man?
What's the third largest city in America?
Yeah.
Third? Chicago, Greater Chicago? Houston?
Used to be. Houston now. It's Houston.
They got a basketball team. They don't have possums in their press box.
Hockey? You got hockey? Basketball?
Great rink for hockey. Awesome rink for hockey. Don't need to build one.
Slap fight?
Major League Pickleball? Major League Cricket? Retro, your weekend plans include Major League Baseball in New York, where the Blue Jays and Yankees square off. Walk us through the slate this weekend. Today's a game day. Saturday's a game day. Sunday's a game day. Kikuchi, Manoah, Gosman against Herman, Cole, and Schmidt.
Somewhat concerned with the weather outlook for tomorrow. Should be at the game tonight. I'm not. Got to coach kids hockey for sake. Early flight out tomorrow morning. Drop the bag at the hotel. Get my Judge jersey on and my Blue Jays hat on. Head down to the ballpark. What do you...
Do not go anywhere near the bleachers. You are going to get absolutely heckled like you've never heard in your life if you try to go Jay's hat.
He's wearing his Yankee gear. He's fibbing. He's fibbing to all of us. He's wearing that Yankee gear. No, we saw him. Remember, he pulled up to Yankee Stadium there. He went and bought the jersey and had the hat on. Not a boy.
Gonna watch guys.
Are you taking the train? You gonna take the train with all the common folks?
Oh, in the city, like the subway.
Subway,
yeah.
Yes.
Good. It's fun.
Got it. Sweet. Calgary FC last night, Canadian Championship. Any Canadian team, professional, semi-pro, MLS, CPL, other, all squaring off in a big bracket. Winner takes all. You're the champs of Canada. They started with a tough matchup. Pacific. This is 1-1 to kicks we go. Calgary's, I believe, Joe Mason.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
Go ahead.
Cavalry center back is
So they're out of the Canadian Championship, just like that. Cruel. Back and forth there.
Really?
Done.
Yeah, that's it. It's one and done. And stupid Pacific got the host. Bunch of jerks. You get a draw on the road in soccer? That should come on now. Went to kicks. We'll play them again on Sunday in league play, not in Canadian Championship play. We'll wish them well there. So there's your they win 5-3 on kicks, I believe. Good night, sweet prince. Marco Carducci.
Yeah, Shoveler's favorite player.
Their first home game be April 30th. That is not this weekend. The following one, Tommy going to be on next Thursday on the program. Finally, got some video sent from Rob Ray. Now, you would remember, Dino, way back, Rob Ray referenced the Warner family reunion. And I don't know if it was a joke or if he'd actually attended or only heard stories, but some video has surfaced. I don't know what year this was, Rhett, where you took the show on the road, or if this is back in Saskatchewan, but this is a monster truck going through a puddle at the Warner reunion. Now, what year is this, Rhett? Walk us through what's happening.
This is early 90s. Grandma's still got her license at that time. She's behind the wheel there, giving her.
Gladys. It's just outside of Frontier.
No, Cadillac. That's Cadillac, Pontiac area.
Yeah. I think it's going pretty good here, but we don't know how deep it is. And now this is where it seems like, what were you feeling at this point? Was it still Grandma in control at the wheel?
I was high. Did you see that smoke that just went up? That was me just blasting Jays.
Yeah, this is before the vape.
Water's coming in the doors there.
Gladys was getting concerned at this
Looks clean, too.
Oh, boy.
So we're good. Now, this getting out part's going to be, oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't remember that. I was so high.
You don't remember it. It feels memorable. Good times, though. Good times.
Yeah. I'm just going to get everyone together, isn't it, Rhett?
There's
Stu was in
there.
Red Deer. Stu was in Red
What?
Deer. I got pictures of Stu and my brother. They were watching the Blades and the Rebels play.
Yeah.
Red Deer up 3-1 in that series, by the way, fellas. The
Apparently, that
Blades
guy got
lost here on the
their
road.
that top guy got absolutely schmucked, laid out in the Lind or Ling for Red Deer. Not good. Out on the ice. No good.
These pace don't like that. The western side of the bracket already through. Seattle swept their opponent. Ditto Kamloops. They're waiting in the Western Conference Final. A little better. We got Winnipeg Moose Jaw, I believe, in the one bracket in the East, and the other one 3-1 Red Deer. Obviously, I'm very excited. That's your Pinder report.
Brought to you by Village Honda. Get your piece of the $1 Million Buy-It event. Cash for your vehicle. They'll buy yours, even if you don't buy theirs. Sellers receive a tropical cruise for two, exclusively at Village Honda in the Northwest Auto Mall. Online, villagehonda.com. They are your dealership for life.